Jason, Soundcraft VI3000. It's a little bit VI6, it's a little bit SI, it's a little bit a few other things.
Yeah, I mean, I get a feeling it's a little bit more Studer than Soundcraft from the sort of Vistonics influence.
What gives you that idea?
Oh, I don't know, but Jimmy, you're quite besotted.
I love this thing.
Yeah.
This is like categorically for under 100 grand. This is the best mixing console I've ever used,
And quite a lot under 100 grand too.
yeah, like not even half that. I frankly expected it to cost about twice as much as it does. It looks good. It feels wonderful. I think the interface is excellent. I think the interface is going to be something people are going to love or hate.
Yeah, I think very much more love though. I mean, the first thing that really jumped out at me is just the sheer amount of control you've got. Just the rows and rows of encoders. And just, it's lots of buttons, lots of things to touch. I feel it's really easy to get to everything.
Yeah, and I got to say, as a guy who hates getting lost in pages of stuff, I really hate getting lost in pages of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's categorically impossible on this console. Because nothing is really more than 2 button presses away.
Yeah, and you're not the only one. That's the most common complaint about digital audio mixers. I don't like going through pages. I like don't having to press 3 buttons to get to something. And you really don't. I mean, I haven't spent as much time with this as you, but I've found everything that I was looking for almost immediately.
I reckon I can get to just about anything with 2 actions at the most.
Okay, so there's the Surface. You've got, what, 96 mix channels?
Yep, 96 mix channels across 4 layers of 24 faders. So input faders, input and other thing faders.
Yep.
You'll notice up here we've got our meter section. What we can do is we can tap on any of the mix buses and have those buses appear down there on that end tile. So it's like sort of the engineer's kind of tile. Up to a second of delay on every output, up to 100 milliseconds of delay on every input. 4 internal lexicons. It's a little bit down from the VI6, but there's always the real-time rack option. Or there's always just a plug in your existing lexicon option. You can have stereo or mono mix buses for all of those 24 mix buses. Plus there's left, right and center. And I think you can assign up to 16 of those buses as matrix as well as auxiliary or groups.
Yeah. Now on the back here, we've actually got analog I/O.
Yeah, on the back. Okay, on the back we've got 4 card slots. Each slot supports 16 channels, and you can configure that with analog input or output cards. We've got 3 16-channel mic line-ins and 1 16-channel line-out card, but that's not all the I/O on the back.
No, we've got 64 by 64 Dante port built in. We've got high QNet, which is mainly for control.
Yep.
And you've got 2 other digital card slots on the back.
Yeah, and we've also got MADI without control natively built in. You don't even need a card. So if you want to use something like a recording interface or the real-time rack, that runs on the inbuilt MADI port, which is optical. If you want to use remote racks, then you start looking at using MADI cards. And you can either use, in this case, we've got a Cat5 card, so that's suitable for the Soundcraft SI Compact Series stage boxes. And you can use those, it's fine. Like it doesn't care that you're using a little tiny stage box. No. It's just like, yeah, it's a stage box, it'll do. Or we've got an optical MADI card as well. So lots and lots and lots of I/O on board. The big one though for me is the Dante.
Yeah. I mean, we're running a bit of a multi-track into it at the moment.
As you can see, I've got multi-track audio appearing pretty much on every channel. If I pull out this one Cat5 cable, the audio stops. Which port was I in? I was in that port. So I'll plug that back in. It takes a little while to reacquire, but that's okay. There's a secondary Dante port as well, and you can see we're back up and running now.
Yeah, which means it's just that easy to do a multi-track live record as well.
Yeah. So I'm going into the console from a laptop, but if I wanted to turn everything around and send it out in the other direction, that's pretty easy too. You've got direct outs from every channel, and you've got also 24 tie lines where you can tie any port within the console's domain of things that it knows about to any other port.
Wow, just without
so
taking up a resource.
You can say like pick up channel 43 on the Dante and send it out of the MADI card slot channel 12.
Wow, that's really, really useful.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, a lot of mixers in this kind of space vying for your dollar. What do you think is the one thing that really stands out as really exceptional on this desk?
Oh, I mean, everything. Look, I mean, okay, for starters, it looks cool. It's not a single person lift, but I don't know of many 96 channel consoles that are. Its workflow, I think, for me is just it. I unpacked it, and truth be told, like I was a little confused for the first half hour, but then I started to figure out how it's working, and it's not that it's wrong. It's just different to what I'm used to, having spent a lot of time on several other fairly common consoles. This is very different, but
but better.
Yeah. Yeah, once I figured it out, it's phenomenally good. All the internal processing is good. The EQs are responsive, and it all feels very tactile. It's really there is very little not to like about this, and then that's before you see the price.
Yeah, I agree, Jimmy.
Brilliant piece of work, Soundcraft.